Well, hey family, this is Darlene. Want to thank you for stopping by the Jury by BDK YouTube channel. I know you didn't come here for a sermon. So here's the video. And guess what? We'll talk. Well, hey family, happy Friday. This is Darlene stopping by real quick. I'm sitting here, of course, making some jewelry. And I am getting ready to make a set. I tried something with these beads that I got in my gift pack maybe about 2 weeks ago. So I did paint some of these, and they almost look like big buttons, but I was told that they're beads, so I went ahead and painted. I'm going to go ahead and show you. I painted them teal and gold, and this is the color, how they came out, and I'm loving the color. So you can see the gold on there, you can see the really teal, and then what happened is I took some of the very small beads that I have, and I went ahead and E6000 them around the bead to get this bead. So somebody had, I saw something, I don't know what I saw or who I saw, but they had some beads, and those beads were round like this, and on the ends right here, they were lamp work. I don't remember who had them, but somebody had them. And I remember seeing, I was like, oh, I really like those. And I think I can do something like that without them being lamp work. Basically using the small beads that I have for these beads. At the time, they weren't dyed. So that was my thought. I can dye them and then go ahead and then put those small beads around the ends like I did right here. So I am going to make, I think, a necklace and maybe a pair of earrings. I think a necklace because I only painted 4. So I will either do, I like the way they came out too. What you guys think? I'm thinking I'm going to paint a couple of them gold, and then put some beads around the gold ones. But I do like the way these came out, and they've been sitting for like 48 hours, so they're glued like really, really good. So I think I'm going to start off with maybe a necklace, and I'm not going to put, I need to go get some wire. You know what, I think I'll do that today. I'm gonna boogie down to Hobby Lobby, because my thought is I just want to hang at home all weekend. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to do anything. I just want to create, just like create things and update stuff, and you know, just kind of be here. And I got invitations to go places, you know, I can do things and stuff, but sometimes you just want to be at home. You don't want to, well, me anyway, I don't invite anybody else. But for me, I just be wanting to kick back a lot of times because, you know, you get out, you move around, you know, you go to different events, you hang out with family, friends, and foe, and whoever you hang out with. And then, you know, sometimes you just want to be at home. So this looks like, I thought I had more wire, but I guess I don't. I thought I had some wire in the boxes down here, but I guess I don't. So that's fine. I'll run out to Hobby Lobby in a little bit. It's still fairly early. It's about 11 o'clock here. So in the meantime, oh, and then I need to get some lobster clasp. I need those closures too. So I'm going to make a run before it gets, you know, too busy outside. So I'm going to go ahead and make this. Go on a run, and then I will come back, and I think this is just enough wire to make a choker style type necklace, because I'm not going to put a pendant on it. So this should be just enough right here. And I think what I'm going to do, we are going to use these hand painted beads right here. So we'll go ahead and use these right here. Beautiful beads, hand painted. I think these are on the website. I'm not sure. They might be on the website. So these right here. And if you buy beads, would you like to see beads like this in like 30, 50, 60, or 100 quantity? So if you were buying beads like this, what quantity would you like to see these in? 30, 50, 60, or 100? because I do put them in tens, and I put them in tens, tens and sometimes 15, because sometimes people just want to buy the beads maybe and test them out and see if they like them, whenever people buy them, to see if they like them. And sometimes, because I've bought beads and I've bought a quantity of like 50, 60 or whatever, and I've gotten them, I'm like, I really don't like these. And then it would be like a whole hassle to send the beads back. And my mindset is being, man, if they just had like a little sampler pack, like maybe 10 or 15 or something, and I can buy those, and then that way I can see if I like them, and then I could always buy more. So you guys let me know what you think. 30, 50, not just these beads, but all the beads, the 20 millimeter and 25 millimeter. So 30, 50, 60, and 100 quantities. And do you prefer mix like the bead soup, or do you prefer that all the beads look the same? Because I do know, like, a lot of times we might be making a necklace, we might be making a bracelet, and we do need all those beads to be the same, or we prefer they all be the same. But let me know that too. Just kind of doing a little survey and stuff. So let me know. Also, I think what we are going to do, we are going to start with these beads, and this is going to be more like a choker. Beautiful beads. And then, if we got something in here that we can separate it with. I was going to use the little gold beads, because since I got them in here, we'll put one on each side. And then I might not want to do that, but let me see something. And then we just going to use one on each side. And then this would make it almost like our pendant, because this would be the center part. But for now, I don't want the gold, the small gold beads. What I'm going to do is I want these big beads to just hug the bead. So I'm going to take the small bead off, that 8 millimeter. And we're going to put this big bead on. And basically we're going to do this. This is going to be the center. So this would be like our pendant. Now we can start putting, we'll put a gold bead on here. I wish I had a painted more of these, because this would be really jazzy, right? So we'll do that. And then we're going to use our big beads. And then once you know which beads and stuff you're going to use, see, I like that already. Once you know which beads and stuff you're going to use, it don't take long to put things together. Necklaces or bracelets or earrings. And then I think what we're going to do, because I like that. And see, that's our centerpiece right there. That's really cool. I really like that. And then we're going to put, do I want to, let's do this. I don't want to put another bead. This is what we're going to do. And 3, and then we'll save the other 2 for our actual pair of earrings. So this is what that looks like. But then what's going to happen, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So then what I'm going to do is, we got some of these beads left. We're going to go ahead and put these beads on. And I think what we'll do, maybe put a gold bead, separate it. Yeah, we'll do that. Put a bead on this side. And then that's what the necklace is going to look like. But for some reason, it's looking like it's tilted. I don't know if it's 2, 4, 5, 2, 4. Oh, okay, because there's one more on this side. I'm like, why is this looking tilted? So we're going to take this bead off because I need it to be the exact size. I need it to look the same on each side. So we'll put that one. We'll put this one. Now that looks even. And then we'll put this little small bead right here. This little small bead right here. That gives us some blue up here. And then I think we'll add another one of these beads up here. And then we need to finish it off with some smaller beads. So I like the way that looks. Let me make sure I got them right. And here. 1, 2, 3. Actually 4 on this side, 4 on this side. And I like the way that looks. And I think I'm going to put one more little round bead right here. And then we'll put one right here. Okay. And then that's what that looks like. And then what we can do is finish it off with some of the smaller beads. Like maybe these right here. Because this goes up the neck. And you can see how that's going to look. And this is more like a choker style. Put 5 on each side. And I'm going to test it on my neck to make sure it's the right length. 1. And it looks like it. 2, 3. 4 and 5. Okay. So this is going to be what the necklace look like, choker. And this right here is like our pendant. And then we need to put a couple more beads on here. I could already look at it and tell that we need to put a couple more. Maybe 3 more. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll put 3 more on the other side. 2 and 3. Somebody was asking me about the gauge of wire that I use. When I make necklaces, I use 18 gauge wire. And the reason why I use 18 gauge wire, I just like the way. Now, use whatever you want to use. What I use and what I do is not law. And I say that all the time in the videos, right? Ooh, that's gorgeous. Look at that. I say that all the time in the videos, like use whatever you want to use. So if you want to use some flexi cord, if you want to use some nylon cord, if you want to, it's whatever you want to use. Hold on. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's right. This one, that one, that one, that one, that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That. 1, 2. That. And then these at the bottom. But for some reason, it still seems uneven. I don't know why it's looking like that. Okay, but that's okay. I got it. But I use 18 gauge wire for my necklaces only because I like the flexibility of the 18 gauge. And 18 is like just right. It's just thick enough, and it's just thin enough. Like it's like right there for what I need. Oh shoot, I wanted to put this on here. Hold on. I wanted to close it off with one of the small ones. I like it because it's just right, and depending on how you make the necklace, you could even just kind of situate the necklace on your chest and like kind of bend the wire in different places to give it even a more different look. It meaning the necklace, even more different look. So it could just be flat on your chest, which it just stays like nice and flat, not heavy or anything. Or you can just kind of bend the wire on your chest, like kind of bend it like how this is. You can kind of bend it like this, and it'll just lay, because you see how that is, and that will literally just lay on your chest, like just lay on your chest. Well, however you fix that wire to be, and then you can just put the wire right back like it's supposed to be, and then it's basically on your neck like this. So that's another thing I like about the 18 gauge wire. And then it lessens the chance of a necklace falling apart. I do know, like using, I don't know if it's I think it's called flexi cord. Whatever that cord is, that cord and those little clamps and stuff do break. And I know that because I've worn them and they've broken. So not saying that they all break, but I do know from experience they do break. And they do break because I've had one break on me. So I'm going to go ahead and take this, and it's nice and tight. Go ahead and fold that over, wrap that wire around. We got our little hoop at the end. While I was talking, I don't even know if you guys were able to see what I was doing. So all I'm doing now is closing it at the top. So, and it'll be a little stiff, but all you got to do is grab the beads and push it up just a little bit, and it loosens it, and then that's all you need. I need to go get some I need some supplies. So with this, I think I'm going to go ahead and put, let's see what we got. We got some jump rings, but we don't, oh yeah, we could use this one. I need to go get some big closures though. Did I say that before that, what's the name of the store? Hobby Lobby is not selling Deco Americana art anymore. I checked with 2 different Hobby Lobbies here, and they have discontinued carrying that paint. And that paint was only 99 cents per bottle. So now I got to figure out the next best paint to use to be painting beads. So you guys give me some recommendations, if you will, because I'm not even sure. Oh, wait, I know I got another small one up in here, because I'm not even sure, you know, like which paint to use now. And I should have been doing that before. Wait, is this the same size? And I should have been doing that before, like, you know, basically checking out paints and not getting too comfortable with, you know, with a certain brand, because you just don't never know, especially the way things are going now. Stuff is being discontinued and it ain't never in stock and all kind of stuff. So it's like, man, you got to find some alternatives. Okay, so ooh, this is nice. This is nice, right? So we're going to make a pair of earrings, too, using the same beads. Let me clean all this up. Get this stuff up out my way. There's enough stuff in my way. I do need to clean this table off. And do you know I say that almost every day? Let me clean this table off. At least once or twice a day. Let me clean this table. Because I'll sit here and I'm making things, right? And I'm reaching for stuff and I'm doing things. I'm like, man, let me clean this table off. And you know how you get up to get ready to do it, but then I end up doing something else. And then when I come back to the table, I'm like, man, I was supposed to be cleaning this table off. Am I the only one that do that, or do you guys do that too? I'll be like, man, let me clean this table off. Okay, so that's that. And then what we're going to do, we are going to see what kind of cool earrings, look, we can make to go with this. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, because I like the necklace. You guys let me know what you think about that. I'm loving this, and I am going to paint some more of these. And Tamila, where did you find these buttons at? Because I want to buy, not buttons, but beads. I want to buy some more of these. I like those. I'm like really digging this, you guys. So let's make the earrings. We are going to use... Oh, shoot, I should have glued this in there, look, like this. That would have been cool, huh? And then we're just going to take our big bead. We're going to take our green bead. And because we did use some of the little small beads on the necklace, we're going to go ahead and put one of these on here too. And that looks pretty cool. So then... we're just going to go ahead and fold the wire up. Let me see which side I want to put it on. We're just going to fold our wire up. Like that. And then I'm going to take the smaller wire right here and just go ahead and wrap it around the bottom. And then go ahead and smash that wire down. Okay. And then, as long as I don't feel nothing, we good. So then that's what that looks like. And then we're going to take our little pliers. Go ahead and hold it about right there. Fold that wire. And just go ahead and wrap. And then close it off around it. Close the wire around it. Tuck it. And then we got our top. So we need to just turn this around like that. And this is going to give us our top. And we can put our ear wire. And then that's one of the earrings. Cute, 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 cute. Okay, cute. I like that, but then I also... okay, you see how the wire looks like it's just kind of there? Let me try to do like a wiggle. Let me see if I could do a wiggle without messing it up. Just to add a little extra something to it. Okay. So you see how I added the little wiggle to it now? Now that makes it look a little different. Instead of it being like a wire there. And it's like, the wire just looked like it's there. Well, not no more. Okay, so let's do this one. Get another piece of wire. I'm liking that. What y'all think? So let's make our second. second earring. And then we're going to take our big bead, find us another green coconut chip. And we put that one there. I really like the gold. You see how that gold is just kind of spread through there? This is hiding it though, but that's still okay. I can see a little bit of it. And then we are going to get another one of the small beads because we did use these. Right? And then, so that's what it looks like. So now, wait, I think I want to use a different bead. Let me see something. I think I want to use a different one. No, this one is thicker. So we'll go with this one. Because sometimes when you're using those coconut chips, they're not, one might be thicker than the other one, might be thinner. Then they're kind of hard to match up. So that's what that looks like. And then all we're going to do is take our wire and go ahead and fold it up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it a little loose. To tighten it would mean pushing it down a lot more to make it snugger. But I'm going to leave it like this, kind of loose, because I want to put a little bit more, you know, that little dent in the wire. So I'm going to take the wire and hold it. And then I'm going to take the smaller piece like that and just go ahead and wrap it around the longer wire. Like that. And then all we're going to do is go ahead and close that extra wire under like that. We're going to take, well, let me do this right here first. I'm going to just kind of bend it and bend it. And that tightened it. So now I'm going to just take my pliers, go ahead and put it on here, on that wire, fold that down, then just go ahead and wrap the wire around. Then we will cut off this extra piece because we didn't cut it real thick like that. And close that up under. And basically close that wire under there. And then you can see the wire is upright. We need to turn it side to side like that, so we can get our wire on here, ear wire. Okay. Close that down. And now we got our 2 earrings. Ooh, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. And then that's the earrings. Oh, wow, how cute, huh? Let me see something. Oh, yeah, that's really, really nice. I really like this set. You guys let me know what you think. So these are the earrings. And they're very lightweight. The wood itself, these are just light, almost like nothing. And then once I put the little beads around the edge right here, I was doing that to make them look like lampwork beads. So I really like the way that looks. These are really cute. And then this is the necklace. I like the way the necklace came out. I'm really digging the colors and, you know, how everything is matching together. You guys let me know what you think. But anyway, Darlene I for Jewelry by BDK. And guess what? We'll talk.